everyone, welcome back to Kirsty Colouring Sketch. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, and if you're returning, welcome back. So it is September's finished pages. I've got 2 whips this month. Now I don't normally have whips, but I started this one recently after this edition of Colouring Heaven was released on last Wednesday, was it? I started this page, didn't realise just how detailed it was, so I hadn't given myself enough time to finish this for September, but I will show my progress so far. If you was in my live stream the other day, you will have seen me start this one, but I have actually added a background onto it now. So this is my reference. This is Christopher Lovell's art, and this is called 9 Lives. It's absolutely stunning. So I really wanted to go for the same colours. So this I did on a live stream with the Polychromos pencils, which you can go and watch back if you want to see that. And then the background was done with pan pastels, and a little bit of watercolour splashed on in the bottom corner here, just to try and emulate what was on this one. And you can see some little splatters here and there, so I just put a few on there. But that is going to take me forever. You can see it's all sort of metal work in the hair, and it's super tiny. On this colouring page it is really tiny. I based this with pan pastel to get the sort of turquoisey sort of tones down. It's not as bright as it is on here, but then I'm going to have to go in with my pencils on top with all that detailing that you can see on this page. So it will be a whole project, this page. I think it's going to take me the whole of October, because I'll have to, you know, do little bits and come back to it, and then go and do something else and come back to it, because it is really going to take my time. But you know what, when it's done, I think it's going to be well worth it. It's going to be amazing when it's done. So that was from the Bad Girls Halloween Special by Colouring Heaven. So the next one that's a whip is from Coloriage World 5, so this one, and it's this little page. I was hoping to get this one done, but unfortunately I've been at I've been at a coffee morning for one of my daughters this morning to raise money for Macmillan Cancer Care, and then I got stuck in traffic on the way home from shopping because one of the roads was closed on the way home, so I didn't have time to finish this. But it is just a washi tape border. This one I got in one of my diamond painting kits. Pan pastel background with I just used my electric eraser to erase some little circle shapes, and then all I needed to do was the little bit of, you know, just the face, which is only small because they're only small books, but unfortunately I just didn't get the time. But it's going to be a really nice one. I'm going to go for sort of reds and yellows in the hair, brown leaves, and then obviously your bees, your usual bee colours, and a fur skin I think on that one. I did do another page in this book. It is this one. So this one I did on the channel. It was half time lapsed and a little bit of real time as well. It was all watercolour, so everything on this page apart from a little bit of gel pen and pastel, everything else was watercolour. So I put a border around it, so we had this nice crisp edge all the way around, with the low tack tape, masking tape I used for that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't like the skin, but I've never been any good with watercolour and skin, but I just wanted to do it all in watercolour. The fox I love. It is a fennec fox, so I have really, it's not the right colouring for a fennec fox, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I wanted to do it that colour, so but fennec foxes are normally a bit paler. But yeah, I like how it turned out. It was fun to do as well, really fun to do. So if you want to watch that, it is on the channel, and you can go and watch that back. So hopefully this will be done in October as well. That's a really quick one to get done, that one. But I've nearly completed this book. I think I've 4 more pages to do in it. There's 14 illustrations in this book, and you get each illustration twice. So I don't colour them twice, I just colour them once. So I've nearly done all 14. When I have, I will do a completed book flip through on the channel. So the next one is in Flowerscape. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. If you're not into florals or colouring florals, it's definitely not one for you. But if you like florals, then you'll love it. So this one is the one I did this month, and this was the very first page I did in September. Again, it's a washi tape from Diamond Art Club, a really nice metallic washi tape. The background is the Renaissance watercolour set. Now that, I was going for a slightly different look, but it ended up coming out like this. It's very, very shiny, very shiny. Bit of gel pen around the edge, this sort of, it's like a pinky purple, isn't it? Pinky purple red sort of gel pen you can see is an Arteza glitter gel pen, I think. Or it might be a pentel hybrid actually. Not quite sure. It was polychromos pencils for this one. A little bit of white gel pen detailing in the centre of the flowers. But that was a really fun one to do. It's just so shiny. Just so shiny. But these books are gorgeous. Very detailed. Some of them aren't. Some of them are very detailed. Depends what you like from a colouring page. But it's a gorgeous book. It's a gorgeous book. So next up was in Hannah Carlson's Midnight Masquerade. This is a book I've done a lot of pages in as well. So we might at some point complete this one. Sometime in a couple of years, maybe. So this is the one I did. I think I started this on a live stream as well. Yeah, this was the first live stream where I started streaming again. And I had a few technical issues, but I remember I was doing the hair. I was colouring the hair on the stream. Watercolour background. Lots of white gel pen detailing on the collar to sort of give it a glittery sort of appearance. It was watercolour, the Renaissance again that I used in the crown, I think. And then a bit of gel pen as well on the love hearts. Bit of a red gel pen. I really like that one. Her eyes have got a bit browny green. It's got sort of a hazel eye colour, I would say, on that one. Again, I did put a little bit of a border around, but the watercolour just seeped underneath it a little bit, so it's not as crisp, especially down this edge and the top, and a little bit seeped out over there. But I'm not bothered about that. I'm not bothered. And then I put a little bit of white detailing into her hair as well. Just did these little floral dots around her hair just to be a bit more decorative. But I would like to do something similar on this side. Yeah, not sure on colours yet, but we shall see. This is Queen of Spades, isn't it? Spades. I'll have to look up a deck of cards to see what colour that is. I've no clue. I've not played a game of cards since I was about 10 years old, and I used to play the game that was called Clock, and you used to set the cards around like the numbers on the clock, and then you had a pack in the middle. I used to always play that with myself. Yeah, that's that one. Next up is one of my favourite books, Cute and Creepy, which is getting so thick. And it's very dirty, let me tell you, this book. It's got a few mediums and stains all over it. So the first one in here is this one. And this one was a buddy colour with Deb Elbeck. Gorgeous, gorgeous page. The background was a black acrylic. The pumpkins were pencil work. This big pumpkin was pencil work, and then the whole of the cat was acrylic paints. I had so much fun doing that, and I think he looks just so fluffy and cute. I'll try and get it up to the camera a bit better so you can see the texture in the page, but you can really tell that it's paint close up. How cute is he? Don't know, it could be a girl. Could be a girl. Boy or girl, who knows? But them two pages look cute together, don't they? I'll have to do, I don't think I'm gonna do an updated flip through this book until it's absolutely 100% completed now, because I've not got far to go, if I'm honest, to complete this book. So I'm just gonna try and get, because we're coming into October now, it's October tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get quite a few pages done in October out of this book for Halloween, because there's quite a few Halloweeny type vibe ones that I can do, like this witch here. But the next one I did in this book was this side, this one. I did that one last month and this one this month. So again, I did an acrylic background using a sponge. So I dipped the sponge into the acrylic paint and just dabbed it on all over the background. Then we gave her a lovely ginger hair colour to go with the autumn theme, and then brown and green eyes, so autumn colours again. Just overall a really fun page, and it really complements the opposite side when you put them together. It really looks quite nice, doesn't it? Definitely autumn vibes on this one. Definitely autumn vibes. I love it. It might be one of my favourite double pages in the book. Definitely. But that was Polychromos pencils again, I think. Or was it Colour Softs? No, it was Colour Softs, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Derwent Colour Softs actually, this one, because I remember I used there's actually a pencil in that set called Ginger, and I used that ginger, pimento, and a mid terracotta I think I used for the hair. Yeah, I remember now. My second favourite pencil is the Derwent Colour Softs. My first one is the Polychromos. So the next one I did was in Camilla Derico again, Pop Manga Mermaids. So this book is one that's kind of got abandoned. I sort of did one page in it and then never coloured in it again, because I got the Cute and Creepy, fell in love with it, coloured in that non-stop, and this one just sort of got put to the back of the shelf. But the lovely Rachel from Mini Rach on YouTube asked me to do a body colour in here, so she picked this page for us to do, and it is this one. So I just felt like, because I knew it was a book that I didn't colour in so often, I thought I'm going to experiment in this book, because if the page on the opposite side got ruined, I wouldn't be too worried about it, because it's not a book that I turn to. It's not a book that I pull out often. So I thought I'm just going to be creative. I got the acrylic paints out. I absolutely went to town. I literally got the bottles of acrylic paint. I squeezed big dollops all over the page, and then I got like a, you know, like a kebab skewer or a cocktail stick, something like that. I got one of them and I just used that to sort of put these patterns into the paint. And then it took, it must have took more than 24 hours to dry, or at least 24 hours to fully dry. But it was so much fun, and it's not gone on the opposite page. It's not bled over or anything, it's not bled through. This page is perfectly colourable. So then when I'd done the background, I thought, you know, why not just do it all in acrylic paint? So then I did. I painted the whole thing in acrylic paint. I don't think there's one thing on this page that's been done in pencil. I'm just looking. I think her eyelashes I did with a micron pen, and that was it. Everything else was paint. So I'll bring it up so that we can get a real close up at the texture of this and the patterns in it, because it's just beautiful. I did pop some little patterns in the narwhal, some lighter green, so it looks a bit like scale like. We're getting an awful glare because it's the Arteza paint that I used, and it's a bit shiny. If you don't want the shine, get the Deco Americana, but I didn't have enough colours in that range to use it fully for the whole of the page. But yeah, I love it. I love how her hair turned out. Her hair just looks beautifully highlighted. So I think her hair and the background and the dress, how it even looks, it looks feathered. Do you know those dresses you can get that have got like feathers on the end? That's what it looks like to me. So thank you to Rach for doing that one with me. And I've popped that in. It's just a bit of wax paper, and it's so you know, I don't want this to get sticky and stick to the page or anything, so I've popped that in there. So last but not least is Fragile World. So the first page I'm going to show you in this is a page that I did months ago, absolutely months ago, and I hated how it turned out. So I went back in this month and I put a different background on it. So it is this one. So I still not 100% like it. It's never going to be my favourite page, but originally all the background was a blue Stickles glitter glue. It was absolutely horrific and I hated it. So this month I went in with a black acrylic paint, went over the top with it, and then I sort of splattered some white paint on so it looks like constellations, and I went in with a bit more acrylic paint so it looks like it's splashing up, waves splashing up. Still not my favourite, but I like it really a lot more than what it was originally. I just thought I'd include that in because I have done that this month. And then the next one was this little dude, King Louie as we called him. King Louie, I absolutely love him. I love him. So I started off by basing him all with pan pastels on a live stream, and then I did do a second video, I think it was time-lapsed, of me going in with all the details. Lots of detailing on his face, lots of detail in the fur. The only thing I would say on this, and I might still do it, I might erase the colours on the fingers and just make it more grey tones like this, because I didn't like the colouring on the fingers. Also, when I looked back at a reel I did, when I was putting the initial base down of the pan pastels, it had more of an orange tone to him, more of that vibrant red orange orangutan colour. And then when I went over with the details with the pencil, it sort of got rid of a lot of that punchy orange colour, and I regret that. I think that, you know, it's possible that I could get that same colour with the pan pastel and just try and brush some over the top and then fix it with a fixative. That is possible. It might work, it might not. So I don't want to risk it. I'm going to leave it how it is. These little, I wasn't sure what these fruits were, but upon reading up about orangutans, I think they're a lychee fruit. Oh, what are they called? It begins with an L, and if it is, then I've done these the wrong colour, but it doesn't matter, it's my colouring page. I did that with a bit of acrylic paint. But yeah, I love him. I love the depth in his eyes, the texture of his skin, and his little sad eyes, because they look sad, don't they? His little eyes look sad. But I love that one. So that was pan pastels and pencils, and that's it for this month. This is another book that's got a lot of pages done in it. It's getting quite thick now, it's getting quite mucky, it's got all sorts over this book. It's well loved. Thank you so much for getting to the end. Please do hit the thumbs up on the video, drop me a comment down below. I will just mention I still do have channel memberships available. There's different tiers, but generally you will get the custom emojis and badges to use in chat and live chat. If you pick the highest tier, you do get early release of my finished pages video at the end of the month, so you will see that a couple of days earlier than everybody else if you pick that tier. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.